These three motherfuckers should not be active right now in the new world. That's right, you fuck-ass angels and monkeys. I am God, and everyone will feel it.
Man, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Bitch ass thing, shut the fuck up before I knock your fucking head.
Nah. This can't be. I'm not about to let this little nigga ruin all my planning, my ambitions, my dreams.
Weak.
Get your ass the fuck out the country, nigga! Yeah, that's right, motherfucker. After that attack, you ain't never getting your ass up, never ain't getting fine shit back, and your crew is fucking cooked. Twin, bucket so we can leave this fucking island, please!
Huh?
Alright, good people, today in this installment of Let Them Niggas Know! We're going back in time to answer the question of how these three motherfuckers managed to become relevant in the story again. Because let's be real, Luffy beat these motherfuckers so hard that it should be a miracle that they're still functioning properly. And honestly, as a little YN watching this shit, I thought Luffy was just catching bodies left and right on a whole kill streak. But let's get right to it, good people. Sit back, grab some snacks, subscribe, and let's jump in to Let Them Niggas Know. So to start this off, we're talking about Enel because he low-key suffered the worst in my opinion. To just get everyone caught up to speed, Luffy and the gang are in Skypiea and they decide to adventure in New Tory at the wrong time because we meet this nigga Enel who basically wants to be Eminem but with a god complex now, which isn't too far off for both sides. And he pulls up on his three stooges on some joke time, but he starts his own little yapping session about why he's God and wants to go to the dominion of God called Fairyverse where he belongs or some shit.
I am fucking God, and fuck, I'm tired of being there. Listen up, Ed and Nettie. My godly ship is ready so I can take my godly ass to the rightful place where God should be. Oh, and also, why the fuck are there niggas living on the same cloud space as God? Yeah, that shit don't make no sense. So let's fry these niggas to a crisp before we leave, because why the fuck not?
So yeah, and like any One Piece fan knows, if you a fine shit and your whole life is about to be fucked over by some dickhead and you interact with this nigga or his crew, yeah, that dickhead is about to get washed, which is exactly what happens to Enel off the first fight, by the way. Luffy squares up and lets this nigga Enel know that he is standing on all the business, talking that shit like, Enel, where your bitch ass at?
Who the fuck is stupid enough to try to catch this godly fade? What the fuck? Oh, some surface dweller. Yeah, fuck on my face, little nigga.
This nigga straight up fries Luffy's ass inside and out. Pause, by the way. And everyone thinks he's cooked, even Nami. Shawty thought it might be time to put that dream of drawing maps to rest. But we see that this man Luffy is standing as if that shit did zero damage. And Enel is in his head like,
Ha, you know, even God can miss sometimes. Let me run this shit back right quick.
But nothing happens again. And Enel is like,
the fuck? One more time.
But Luffy's getting tired of that and is like, nigga, that shit won't work. And he knocks bro right off, and this is where we are delivered an all-time classic One Piece moment, because Enel is flabbergasted at the sight of someone that is able to withstand his lightning attacks. And if I was him right now, I'd be shocked myself too, because fuck you mean you immune to my special moves? Like, what type of enchantment your ass got? But anyway, while this man Enel is trying to shake the bullshit he's seeing out of his head, Luffy strikes his man in the stomach with his foot, and you know that shit hurts, because look at how this nigga's body is moving right now. Bro, Luffy is supposed to be the one made out of rubber, not you. And just look at this man's face right now. Eyes popping on everything. He even ended up laid out on the ground clinging to his chest for dear life. And mind you, y'all, this is the first few minutes of the fight, and it's looking like it's over. But one thing I will give it to Enel is that this nigga can take a hit. So Enel locks in and starts using Mantra, his pre-time skip observation haki, and begins flexing on Luffy, dodging his attacks, and then he even starts showing out off his little crafting skills by making a trident to take advantage of Luffy's ability. But Luffy's still gonna whip that ass though. He almost gets shish kebab, but dodges it and hits him with the Gum Gum Battle Axe, crashing bro down, and he tries to go for the Gatling next, but Enel catches them hands and says,
it ain't like you grew more arms, gang. That shit not working here.
And he slams his ass to the ground. They continue boxing, and Enel's low-key having a time embarrassing this man Luffy, making him look like a buffoon. But Luffy gets the bright idea to shut off his brain to dodge the spear attacks, and it's low-key working. My boy unlocked Ultra Instinct before Ultra Instinct. But Luffy can't attack when he does that, so that shit proved to be useless. But he was in his head like, hold up y'all, let me cook right quick. So he starts to inflate his head as if he was in one of those little Airhead commercials, and deflates until his arms become noodles. Then he turns around, starts whipping the hell out of the ship, and Enel is in his head thinking that shit's useless until he sees how cooked he is. One skewered nigga coming right up. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, shit! God damn, Luffy is not only pummeling the shit out of him, but also laid his ass down for the second time. And Slim Shady is the same guy over here calling himself God and shit, by the way. But it don't stop there, because Luffy is going for the kill, preparing that bazooka. And hold up, is this nigga Enel telling this man Luffy to wait a minute? Nah, bro thought this was a console game that you could press pause on, but there ain't no disconnected from the match, muchacho. You gonna take this L. And good God, this nigga is struggling to breathe. And that's the third time he got laid out again. But Luffy is not fucking done. He rushes, bro, and look at this nigga. Got the fear of you know who he claims to be in his eyes while trying to escape, but he can't. And Luffy lands a gum rifle. And the first half of this match is over. Damn. Now, you would think that it's over, right? I mean, he beat the rap god out of this nigga. But this nigga Enel gets up and has had it with Luffy. And Luffy is like, oh hell no, stay your ass down. But then Enel gives this nigga Luffy a present, a golden queso figurine that's stuck to his arm, which kinda sucks as a gift, not gonna lie. And Enel basically comes to the conclusion that this nigga Luffy is way too dangerous to be near him and must be as far away as possible. And he bids our goat farewell, telling him, fuck off my ship, you dirty monkey. But if y'all think this is the end of our goat and savior, you got another thing coming. So now that Enel can finally lock back into his plan, bro goes blitz and starts going on a spiel about how judgment is here for Skypiea, and this is basically his crash out moment.
Yes, Skypiea! God's judgment is here! All you worthless bastards that chose to live in the same cloud space as God shall be blown away! None of y'all are safe, and I'd say hide your kids, hide your wife, but everyone will feel God's wrath!
Oh shit, like Luffy just unlocked me the nuke.
Tactical nuke incoming! My leg!
That was crash out. That was crash out right there. That's mad crash out, but so Luffy with this big ass golden ball is eventually able to make his way up, and with the help of his crew, he is now able to reach Enel again and even stops Enel's second nuke by swinging his ball all over the place. Pause, by the way. And Enel couldn't be more fed up, but Luffy don't give no fuck. And as everyone starts cheering for Luffy to finish it and ring the bell, Luffy says a low-key hard line to Enel, letting this nigga know that he's gonna ring him too. So Enel pops this fat ass Susanoo form and he goes for an attack, but I think this nigga forgot that shit doesn't work, and Luffy kicks his ass right in the face as a reminder. But Enel starts cooking Luffy shit and he has no other choice but to fall. But Luffy teaches this long ear nobe, wannabe Eminem, fraudulent ass god one more lesson about rubber. Rubber bounces back, nigga. And he bounces right back in the sky while twisting his arm with the ball, and he uses gum golden rifle! And ain't no blocking this shit. Luffy blows this nigga so far away that he not only rings that yeet bell, but he lets the non-believers down below know that the city of gold is in the sky. And yeah, based on that ass whooping, I'm sorry, I just don't think that nigga Enel should be active right now. But hey, bro said, you know what? Fuck all y'all, I'm leaving this damn planet, and bro is apparently living his life on the moon. Probably got GTA 6 and reading the manga too as we speak, so I'd understand why he doesn't come back down to Earth again. Alright, let's move on to our second victim who went from rags to riches, Crocodile, or Croco Boy for my Impel Down lovers. So let's do a very quick recap up until the beatdown. Straw Hats are in new territory, befriends Fine Shit, finds out Fine Shit needs help, there's an evil dickhead planning to fuck over the country for some ancient weapon he wants, and something about a bird nigga tanking a nuke, I think. Anyway, here we are. So to start things off, deep into Luffy and Crocodile's second fight, Crocodile lets Luffy know that his right hand holds the power of Tiana Trump, which in all honesty could be good or bad for Luffy, and he uses it to suck the moisture out of everything, including Luffy. And my boy done turned into a dried up raisin. We all know who the real soul snatcher is, and Crocodile looking all sinister and shit is just filled with joy as he tells Luffy, now look at you, looking like a leaf in the wind, nigga. You ain't ever gonna be on my level. You fresh out the box, Rook. Now fuck out my face, ha! And Crocodile disappears into the wind, trying to look all mysterious and shit. And Luffy is just lying his ass on the ground, and it looks like it's over. But by the grace of Oda, the water drops he spat out earlier at Crocodile coincidentally fell on Luffy, replenishing that HP. Man, the plot really was kicking it into high gear this arc, but Luffy can't stop now. He got some scrapping to do. But as bro makes his way to Crocodile, he starts moving like me when I be off that Don Julio. Acting the Foolio. And Luffy deadass has to take a quick nap in the middle of this war that's going on, by the way. And Crocodile is just monologuing about how his plan is so amazing and how this is the year of the crocodile or some shit. But Luffy, now fully replenished for real this time, pulls up by punching through the wall, which is low-key aura, and makes Crocodile shit himself at the sight of seeing this nigga. And the first thing coming out of his mouth is, "Oh hell nah, ain't no way you came back again." And everyone else is trying to figure out how does he keep managing to come back. It's almost like the plot armor has been severely enhanced this arc. But Crocodile honestly doesn't give a fuck, and it's like,
I'm sick of this shit. You came back to life again? Fine. I'll kill your punk ass one more time. Well, let's go, nigga.
Luffy goes on the attack first, which got Crocodile assuming no water equals can't touch this. But he gets tasting them dogs right in the face. What the fuck? How? But Luffy's standing on business right now. He swings that arm back and punches the shit out of him like he owes him some money. And it turns out Luffy's using his own blood as a way to hit Crocodile, which is hard as fuck, not gonna lie. And shows how creative this man is sometimes. And Crocodile tries to yap, but Luffy's not trying to hear it. He sends them dogs on the attack again, but Crocodile dodges him and pulls out his secret weapon. Huh? What the fuck is that? Straw hat. Inside this hook lies a poison that was passed down from the most dangerous of predators on the planet. Once you get this in your system, let's just say I hope you're a fan of flavored baby oil. Oh, hell no. This guy's tweaking. The fight continues and we're already off to a bad start because Luffy tries to hit him, but he misses and Croc is like, "Gotcha, bitch!" And Luffy tries to swing that arm away. But bro definitely got nicked by that hook. He finna be having sweet dreams tonight. But Luffy's not about to let that shit get to him. He rushes his nigga Crocodile, throwing a fake out, and tries to whip him with that leg, but he misses. It's nicked again. And shit, thank the plot it was just a nick, because that shit might have melted, bro. And Crocodile's in his head like, wow, so jumpy and ecstatic. Man, they're gonna love you at the party. They start rushing each other and Luffy kicks his ass so hard you thought Crocodile was practicing mewing, but Luffy's not done. He grabs the hook and does a barrel roll and plants the dogs on his head, sending him rolling into some rubble, and he sticks the landing too. That's a 10 out of 10. And dog, even Cobra is watching this in shock like, wow, not even my Humpty Dumpty ass guards can handle Crocodile. But this nigga is washing him. He must be a goat. And this shit just turns into Tom and Jerry because Crocodile dodging them punches like shit. He know if he takes too many of those damn hits, he might not be the same anymore after this fight. But that poison is finally starting to kick in and our goat begins to fall, y'all. I thought I was tweaking, but it looks like that plot finally gave up on your ass. Now my plan can finally proceed. Huh?
There's just no fucking way.
Rule number 1. When you face me, nigga, rubber bounces back. And yes, y'all, this man Luffy is back in action, but Crocodile can only give 0 fucks because he's thinking Luffy's just pushing it off plot miracles. And he tries to put an end to this fight, but Luffy locks in and sets the dogs right on top of that hook and then slams it down, breaking that shit, delivering us some aura, and goddamn, look at the grip he's maintaining on that thing. You would never catch me making an enemy out of those toes. And Luffy starts playing rock'em and sock'em with this man because there's nowhere for Crocodile to go. Luffy swings his arm back and delivers a destructive ass left punch to the chest. Got this man Crocodile eyes going white and everything. He about to fade away from the battle, but this is the combo master he's dealing with. Luffy then gives him a left kick with the dogs, mind you, and then chases after bro, and then just smashes the living shit out of his head. And you'd have thought after how bad that looks, he'd be done. But nah, Luffy then grabs him by his designer clothing and flings his ass right into some rubble. Man, Luffy is not just handing out regular ass whoopings, y'all. And this ain't even a new world or nothing. And while Crocodile is in his head wondering how the fuck that poison does have him laid out right now, Luffy's just glaring back at this nigga through the dust like, if he still think I'm not about to get my get back, we on the attack. Hell no. So Crocodile switches his hook to British mode, preparing to shank the hell out of him. And he tries to downplay Luffy, talking shit about how he's some nobody, but Luffy doesn't care because this fight is fucking decided. He weaves that weak ass attack and sends Crocodile flying all the way up. And yes, with them dogs, mind you, by the way. And Cobra is just looking on like, yeah, that nigga's definitely cooked. You arrogant little shit. I'll teach you to put some respect on my name. Now take this sandstorm up your fucking elastic ass! That weak ass shit meant nothing. Gum no queso mode! Ah! Stay your ass the fuck away from me. Now, Crocodile thinks this attack's gonna give him an advantage against Luffy, but my guy Luffy punches straight through that shit and lets them fists fly until they connect. And y'all already know what happens now. Luffy hits the quick time button mash until it's over. All the way from the ground up into the sky. And off into the distance, all you can see is a spiral of sand with this nigga at the top. And this battle is just over as Crocodile is cooked and the rain begins to fall, which brings the war to an end. And there you have it, another place saved by the Straw Hats. Now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, if I was Crocodile, all that pirates and business shit would definitely be behind me after getting my ass whooped so hard. And you have me all the way fucked up if you're telling me I gotta temporarily work with the nigga that was the reason I'm in prison right now after beating my ass too. But once again though, Oda gave this villain a second chance. He's now got a big name again, new organization, new drip, and working with Buggy D Goat and Mihawk the Feet Stealer. But now it is time for the final villain in this lineup, who managed to make a comeback in the series. That's right, the malicious kitty himself, Lucci. Now once again, I'm gonna give y'all a quick rundown because I'm sure we all know what happened. Straw Hats meet Fine Shit, or I guess new evil dickhead, or in this case dickheads are trying to fuck over Fine Shit's life. And hey, they've already had the interaction with the Straw Hats, so yeah, the cycle's completed. Let's go ahead and watch CP9, or specifically Lucci, get that ass beat. Now before we dive into this, no Trey songs, I just wanted to say that this fight right here is straight fire and is an all-out fist fest that leaves you on your seat. And it does jump around from time to time because of course it's not just Luffy, everyone is fighting for Fine Shit Robin. But let's not waste anything, I'm trying to see Luffy beat a pussycat. So as Robin is being dragged away to certain doom, Spandam's bitch ass reminds her that there is no escaping her fate. And Robin's hope even starts to waver as she thinks about it, because maybe it is over for her. But she hears her savior calling out to her, Robin! I'm coming to whoop they ass and free you! And oh my god, y'all, Robin gives us a smile you only see me make when the advice bro gives me to rizz up a girl actually work. And Luffy is wasting no time at all, breaking through these doors like he not used to making a scene. And these two demons finally meet. A glorious battle is about to begin, y'all. Strap in. Never mind about glorious, because this shit starts off with Luffy flying into some crates and Lucci wiping that dust off like that shit was light work. And Luffy tries to slingshot himself, going straight into a Gatling, but Lucci does a zesty ass dodge with a little smile to add on top of it. And Luffy rebounds by going for another attack and they clash. And it's looking sweet for a moment, but Lucci flicks his ass away with a kick. But Luffy's not going like that. He rushes him and starts spamming, but Lucci shows off his stand devastate, being so nonchalant with it too. Dirty ass pirate. How dare you bite me with those disgusting ass teeth! Not that bad. They get back to scrapping and Luffy goes for that whip, but Luffy leaves that shit and sends him flying once again. And Luffy's thinking, yes, that dumbass sent me flying towards the door. Nigga, get your ass back here! That should keep his ass down. So you still want to go, huh? Well, come catch this fade, nigga. Luffy's trying his hardest to get past Lucci, but that shit is just not happening. And Lucci just begins to be a real dick and starts talking shit, saying, yeah, you ain't never getting past me, nigga. And that girl you trying to save? Yeah, I hope you said your last goodbyes or some shit, cause she's cooked. This pisses Luffy off, which makes them clash again. And look at Lucci's form right now. That's a perfect 10 out of 10, but he adds some spice to it by kicking Luffy in the face, sending that man's body swinging back to where he started. But this guy is not stopping though, and he tries to go for the Gatling. There's no way you think shit like that's gonna work here. Oh shit, let's play Ring Around the Rosie, nigga. Man, this shit is really not looking good for Luffy, and it shows because once he gets back up, he just starts spamming his whole inventory, and Lucci dodges all of it with ease. Nigga, is this really all you got? Alright, we might need to call in some backup for Luffy because this shit's starting to look a little tragic. Wait a minute, who is that? Yo, is that Frankie? Super! What the hell? Straw Hat? Oh hell nah. Not your pervy ass, get out of here! What you say? So yeah, Frankie pulls up in pursuit of Robin as well, and he offers to help Luffy, but Luffy's like, nah twin, I don't need the assist, just go straight past Pigeon Nigga and save Robin. You super got it, bro chacho. So Luffy makes his move, and Lucci gets tired of seeing the same move and easily maneuvers through it, and he hits the after image on Luffy and starts dominating him with them kicks again, sending that boy flying. And Frankie's just trying to get the fuck, but Lucci's like, oops, almost forgot about the pervy one. Take this weapons left up your ass! Yeah, you're just asking to die. Stop right there! Frankie, lock in twin. You gotta save Robin, I got this! And as Luffy is just pleading for Frankie to just go save Robin, Lucci is like, I don't know what kind of bullshit story you two niggas think y'all are in, but you niggas are not getting past me. Now step off! I'm about to SDIYBT with this finger, nigga. Oh, super hell no. Fight me, nigga. Finger pistol. That all you got? Multi-strike version. I don't know why Frankie's ass still watching like that's not about to be his ass if he don't start moving, but it's too late because Lucci's already locked in and ready to halt that nigga. But Frankie don't care though. He goes for that strong hammer, which doesn't do shit, and Frankie's flabbergasted. He's all like, but that attack beat that fat zipper nigga. Oh, you mean Fukuro? Yeah, I'm 5 times stronger than that nigga. Now take this finger to the chest, nigga. Okay, you ready to die now, pervert? Gum jet pistol!
What the hell?
Frankie, get your ass through that door now! Yes, sir, you don't have to tell me twice. Aw, what the hell now?
That shit actually hurt, nigga. Now, all of y'all are fucked, and you're first, Frankie!
The hell he is, you big ass cat! Yeah, Luffy done popped out that gear secondo and starts dominating Lucci, and he tries that iron body shit to block an attack, but Luffy sends his ass flying. And not only is Frankie finally able to dip and free Robin, but this fight can actually begin now. Now these two start round 2 off no better way by doing an after image challenge, and Luffy begins to aim that fist and go for an attack, which almost socks the shit out of Lucci, surprising even him. But Luffy catches him off guard and strikes his ass in the chest, about to make him look like an uncle experiencing chest pain. Lucci tries to go for that finger pistol multi-shot again, but Luffy's not having it.
Huh?
And he tries to stomp on his ass, but Lucci dodges and sends himself into the crates. Oh, how the table have turned, good people. But as Luffy gets his next attack in, Bro is forced to power down, and Lucci's been catching on to this since he first transformed. Now Luffy's basically popping a perk 30 in order to amp all his stats, but in reality, it's fucking him up. And Lucci's hating ass is like,
You dumb rubber ass. Are you fine with dying like that for nothing?
it won't be for nothing once I kick that ass. And as we cut back to the fight, the animators start earning their pay because Luffy and Lucci are raining them punches down on each other, and this nigga Luffy is in base doing this, by the way, but Lucci gets the upper paw and gives Luffy a mean ass knee to the stomach, and you know Luffy's feeling that shit, but he's not done. Lucci said,
Man, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice.
and sends him crashing, and then he tries to add more combos to it by giving him the finger pistol to the chest. Then he follows up with a Tempest kick and tries to sentence him to death by saying,
You think you can beat me, you trash ass pirate?
I got no choice but to, you stinky ass pussycat. And Luffy catches that kick with his leg, and he tries to use his rifle move to knock his ass back, but Lucci counters with his iron body bird chest mode. And Luffy gets sent back, but Lucci's amped and excited now. He goes on the attack and grabs Luffy by the neck with his tail, thinking he has the upper hand, but Luffy's like, hey, do you want to play Ring Around the Rosie? And he flings his ass in the air, and Luffy tries to strike him, but Lucci easily weaves that shit and locks on to Luffy rushing him, so he pulls out a malicious smile and uses finger pistol YN style. Aw fuck. Aw fuck. Aw fuck. Aw fuck. Aw fuck. Aw fuck. Now, Swiss cheese mode. Now, flying finger, bullshit style, mixtape! Yeah, Lucci completely dominated over this man Luffy. And here comes Lucci's trash talk. Man, you ain't shit. And I thought you'd actually be a challenge. Can't hang with me though, huh? So you want a challenge, huh? Well, I got just one last trick for your big ass. Luffy begins to inflate his arm while telling Lucci how this attack works. And one of the most insane moments in One Piece happens as the air travels to Luffy's other hand, making it bigger as he prepares to throw that shit at Lucci, screaming that his hand is now the arm of a giant! And this shit destroys everything! And Lucci thought he was cooked, but by the grace of Oda, he landed on the ship, and we get a quick flashback about this nigga's past. And apparently, there was a kingdom that basically got their pockets rammed by some random pirate group. And the pirates wasn't going like nothing against this kingdom because they brought cannons that folded all the soldiers and forced them to just surrender before they get obliterated. And they took all the soldiers captive, demanding that their captain takes the throne free of charge, or them soldiers are cooked. You know, basic broke nigga activities. So you'd sit there and think the government probably sending like a fleet of niggas, or at least like one battleship with like a vice admiral on it to like shut that shit down or something. Nope, all they sent was a single boy. And once he pops up, all he asks for is the location of the prey. Not pirates, not a hey, how's your day going, not even some heroic shit like I am here or something, just prey. Where they at? And the king directs him, but even he feels that something's off. And the pirates are all getting turned and sturdy on that ship, drinking up that Hennessy and Don while having a good laugh over that victory. But Lucci pulls up and makes a scene which gets him captured, and the captain is all like, oh yeah, throw his ass in with the soldiers, then we can make a fine deal with the world government. And you just see this nigga smiling, so you know this is exactly all of what he wanted. So the pirates bring him to the prison, and they're like, welcome to your new home for a while, bud. Hope you enjoy your new friends. And once they leave, Lucci wants to verify something with the prisoners. He asks them, hey, are these all the soldiers that were captured? Yeah, I bet. And Lucci goes on a whole murder spree, catching bodies left and right and left. Not a soul was safe. Hey, bring your ass here. Take this plate to your chin. Where you going? Where you think you're going? I'm catching 500 bodies tonight. And one of the pirates even runs back to the captain after finding out what he just did. Boss. What is it? That world government boy, he killed all the prisoners.
What?
And once they arrive, even the captain is shocked at what he's seeing. I thought you were supposed to save them. Save? Nigga. These weak-ass pussies surrendered to all of you fodder and got captured. These niggas have no right to call themselves soldiers. They basically forfeited their lives. It's that simple. And nigga, even the pirate, the one who we're supposed to assume has done worse shit than this, is shocked to hear some shit like that come out his mouth. And he's like, oh hell nah, man. Pull them cannons out and blow this demon to smithereens. And they thinking they done sentenced this man Lucci to death. But he gets up from them flames and locks eyes with the captain, rushing him and grabbing him by his big ass face and uses fingered pistol Swiss cheese style, putting an end to that pirate attack on the kingdom. And he did this shit at the age of fucking 13, by the way. So yeah, this is a demon not to be messed with. But of course, you know Luffy's gonna mess with that ass though. Pause. And he finds his ass out on that ship outside and wastes no time destroying that shit.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Rip to all the Marines doing their job, and Lucci dodges that shit and goes for a Tempest kick. Luffy weaves it though, but then Lucci repays the bite from earlier by going full leopard and chowing down on Luffy's arm. And Luffy quickly bounces his ass off and lets that giant foot soar through the air, hoping to hit him, but he misses again, and Lucci kicks his ass down and goes for game, sending a huge ass Tempest kick his way, which splits the ship, and the Marines end up saying fuck it and just try to unallow Luffy by shooting the ship. So once again, rip those Marines, but Luffy thankfully deflated and lands back inside, attempted to recover while in his chibi form. Before Lucci finds him, but trust, you know Lucci is on that ass. And he sniffs out Luffy to no surprise and is like,
Oh, you a kid now?
Man, fuck them kids, bro.
And he sends his ass flying into a wall and is just like,
Surrender, nigga. You know you already lost, so... Oh yeah, your ass is definitely dying. Say goodbye! Fuck. That attack from earlier.
damn man, are you down right now? Cause I'm up. And here we go, y'all. Round 3 is starting. Yo, them legs looking a little shaky over there, buddy. You doing like the stanky leg impression or something? Trying to emote?
Yeah, joke all you want. You're still cooked, and that attack only bought you like 3 more seconds with me.
And it bought this fist to your face, nigga.
Nigga, back your ass up.
Lucci follows up that attack with a Tempest kick that makes Luffy pull a Joseph Joestar, and Luffy can't take this anymore. So he declares that this is the last time he's using that Gear Second and is ready to put an end to this fight. So Luffy starts it off with that pistol, but this time Lucci jumps back to take less damage and tries to sneak Luffy. But ooh, my boy bobbing and weaving like it's nothing. And Lucci even tries to go on the chase and strike this man. But Luffy says, halt nigga, and perfectly parries that shit. And Luffy takes his chance to strike Lucci, but he blocks it with his arm, and Luffy is like, oh, you want to hold that attack, right? Well, hold this shit too. And he sends another to the chest, which lays Lucci down, but Luffy is like, you better stay focused, Tony Tiger. And he flings his ass into the rubble. And damn, he's leaving dents in this nigga's chest. That is not gonna look good later.
Okay, need to lock in. This nigga is feeling himself too much. Hey nigga. Huh? 6 or 7? How you like that, bitch ass nigga?
Luffy tries to process that attack, but Lucci is not letting that man breathe, sending the Tempest kick immediately. But Luffy's still in it to win it, and his crew even shows up cheering their goat on and letting him know that they all leave together once he wins. Now back to this fight, and I think Gear Second is losing his touch, y'all, because Lucci is eating them punches like it's nothing.
What's going on, bud? You good? These punches are light work, no reaction.
Shut your ass up! Lucci flies in the air and begins raining down attacks while Luffy follows up trying to hit. And Luffy declares he's ending this, but Lucci speed blitzes him and uses the 6 or 7 king gun again. And he's feeling that shit bad. And he tries to stand up so he can send this oversized kitty flying, but sadly my boy's body said, take a rest right quick, my guy. And he lays down. But in that moment, Usopp seemingly appears out of nowhere calling out to Luffy. Where the hell has his ass been this entire time? But anyway, he starts calling out to Luffy, telling bro to get the fuck up and end this fight. But Luffy's on do not disturb right now. He's not tuned into what he's saying. So Usopp takes a new approach and calls out Lucci.
Hey, bitch ass furry. Yeah, you. I know you heavy pussy. How about you stop fucking around with that useless fodder and take on a real nigga? Or are you just a little scaredy cat?
This nigga's playing with his life right now.
Wait, we're still fighting.
Nigga Saibao. I want a piece of that shit-talking long-nosed nigga.
And Usopp is just pleading with his entire soul for Luffy to get up and fight back till it's over. But Lucci gets tired of it and is like,
alright nigga, you done now? Because these finger pistols are about to start digging in your butt, twin.
Luffy, beat this pussy so we can get off this island.
I'll beat him no matter what!
This nigga.
Fight's not over, bro, Chacho. Let's get back to it.
Think you're still winning this fight, huh? Let me get you straight right now. Once you lose, I'm coming for all your friends next. You better prepare yourself, you little nigga.
And this is their final clash. Luffy starts laying down them hits on Lucci, and he even throws him off balance midair, but that gear second is taking its toll on him because he's coughing up blood and everything, and Lucci goes for the kill and is locked in and ready, but Luffy's like, nah nigga, you thought that shit would work? Oh shit.
Ultimate 6-7 King Gun!
Wait.
Damn, that shit even made an impact on the wall, and Lucci just drops him and walks away from Luffy thinking that this fight is over, and Luffy just stumbles off and stands there, seemingly falling back and making us believe it's over. But he catches himself and gets back up standing tall and maintaining while screaming as he thinks about what he promised. And Lucci is perplexed. I've never really used a word like that before in my life. And even scared to turn around. He doesn't even want to believe what his eyes might see. But when he does, bro stares right into the eyes of a menace that's about to fold him back to the litter box. And Luffy powers up with the memories of all flowing through him and begins to start spraying Lucci all over with them punches. This nigga doesn't even have time to process the amount of time he's already been tagged, and my goat keeps going till it's over. And bruh, a whole ass broadcast is made declaring that nigga Lucci's defeat. And this fight ends with my goat declaring Robin is free and ending it off with a satisfying smile of victory. Man, this was an amazing arc and a long as shit video. And yeah, that's the end of this long ass fight. And Lucci honestly is my favorite out of these three, so I was actually glad to know that he came back. Even though given his circumstances after that fight, he should definitely be dead more than any of them. But yeah, how fucking long was this shit? I gotta check that.